biome is a complex biotic community characterized by distinctive plant and animal species and maintained under climatic conditions of the region. One purpose of our design was to make the city of Lake Worth more appealing to a larger and more diverse group of people. Today's society has increasingly become environmentally conscious. Humans are searching for ways to reconnect with the natural world. We intend to achieve this by creating a pleasant atmosphere. Places that provide a unique experience in scenery end up becoming a popular destination. The benefits of Biome would inspire, educate, and provide cultural and recreational activities.
And this is a picture of the different state parks and the different theme parks in the state of Florida. There are 160 different state parks in Florida, which include nature reserves, recreation areas, and historic sites that can be found in every corner of Florida. Some of the things they can bring and benefit to the community is by bringing wildlife, preserve the natural environment, different types of ecosystems, maintain campgrounds, hiking, biking, camping, and fishing. These are some different examples of theme parks and museums that are already in Florida today, and they already exist. This is the Murakami Museum in Delray. Its main objective is to provide authentic Japanese cultural experiences that entertain, educate, and inspire. It brings different things to the community, such as the community can experience 200 acres that surround the Murakami's two museum buildings, which include expansive Japanese gardens with strolling paths, resting areas, tropical bonsai collections, and small lakes teeming with koi and other wildlife, nature trails, pine forests, and parks and picnic areas. It also houses over 5,000 Japanese art objects and artifacts. The Murakami is a unique garden and collection. Is one of Palm Beach County's most treasured cultural attractions. It even offers education about another culture. We all know Magic Kingdom, Orlando, Florida. It opened with 23 attractions and 6 unique attractions to the park. One of the first attractions is Main Street USA at Magic Kingdom, which features some stylistic influence from around the world, taking its inspiration from New England to Missouri, that's designed more noticeable in the Four Corner area in the middle of Main Street, where each of the four corner buildings represent a different architectural style. It even has, you can even see different types of food and shops. So when you first walk into Disney World, you see this huge Main Street, and all these different shops. You can even see the Cinderella castle in the background. So when you walk into the park, you kind of you're like, wow, I want to what it's like. They even have different other types of lands, such as Fantasyland, which is like based on a medieval theme. That's also the carnival style. They also have the Tomorrowland, which is based on the future, as seen around the 1950s, like UFO, robots, and etc. So like you can go from being in 1950s, and you're going to go walk a few feet, and all of a sudden you're in Fantasyland. So it's really neat, different types of attractions that can test the person's eye.
Okay, current Lake Worth with the central location, it is surrounded by wealthy thriving cities, which is Boca and West Palm Beach, and this is a good benefit because it will bring all the people surrounded to a major and making Lake Worth a middle ground entertainment place, like a recreational place for the 3 cities and around the area. The studies have shown that a more natural environment and vegetation reduces the crime. We see that Lake Worth crimes are actually reducing, and our purpose is to reduce it even more, even eliminate it if possible, by creating biomes and creating more natural environments at atmospheres. Also, the income for a household in the city is about $30,000 per year, so we want to increase that even more, making more seasonal jobs or even full-time jobs. as well as bringing in more young adult population, and they will be more work for them creating this biome park theme. It will give them more jobs, and it will increase the income for the city, and it will reduce the unemployment rate also.
So we did some research on the temperatures in Lake Worth and found out that it's perfect, and it would be fun for everybody to just come here. No snow, it pretty much stays warm all year round. The temperatures are above the U.S. average, so it's perfect weather all year, and it would benefit to have a park put there or something more recreational, so that people can just constantly come throughout the year. And sunshine all the time.
This was a study that we did to see what's available in the pier site right now. What is Lake Worth actually offering right now? And when I highlighted all the light brown colors, as you can see, it's parking areas, all those different areas. So what happens, and then the purple one is road, so you can't really do anything there. And only the greenery, the nature that we would have by the beach happens to fall into these areas right between a parking lot. And, so what we were thinking, as it kind of goes with our group, we're trying to simulate different environments and make them like theme parks, because we realize people are attracted to places where there's a theme, and people like to go to those places. Like that's why we have so many theme parks in Florida, and it attracts people. It's been proven. So what we wanted to do as a group was to kind of separate different kinds of biomes, what we call it, simulated environments. So what we wanted to do, we needed was the most space as possible. So that much parking, we understand that we need to give people, but we thought that if we strategically located that parking at a corner of the site and get the parking from the heart of our site out, we would have more undisturbed areas where we could work with and develop, so that people could actually fully take advantage of that prime location right by the beach. That's what that study was, to see what Lake Worth right now. So we not only give people back exactly what they already have, but improve what they are actually experiencing. Also, this will be an example of how I said we were doing different landscapes. And so what I did was just to get the feel, I rendered if one of our group members is doing mountainous areas. So something like that you might get to see later on. And so I kind of used his, and I said, Florida, it's always flat. We don't have anything to show in the background. Something like that would immediately catch people's eyes, and it would definitely put Lake Worth more on the map, because it will be something really, an attraction people are talking about. So that was one of our group members' things. So I just wanted to show in the background of Lake Worth what it would look like if we simulated an environment like that, where also people could not only see but go experience. And this was another one. This kind of goes with my one. I was doing geysers and springs. So I figured, why not put some kind of a spring close to the beach, where you remember we had the green areas where people are picnicking and enjoying that. Well, I figured people are enjoying salt water. They're already by the beach. They can easily come by and enjoy it from a different experience. And what this is cool is we have thousands of miles of shoreline, but we don't have any place that would actually give this feeling to anybody else. So that would be unique for us.
So each of us chose a biome, and they're listed here, and we thought these would thrive in local Lake Worth, and we did mountains, rivers, rainforests, geysers and springs, and oasis ecosystems that could be represented both naturally and artificially through art.
And I did mountain biome, which is basically, we bring different types of mountain activities to Florida. And the biggest thing, of course, is like, why not bring mountains to Florida? There's no mountains in Florida, so it'd be kind of cool, just be able to drive to Lake Worth and see these huge mountains. like 100 feet.
I chose rainforest, and one of the things that the rainforest is known for is that 1 in every 10 species is located there, so I thought it'd be pretty awesome to have like a huge zoo and aquarium there, and maybe have some hanging bridges for people to explore things from a higher perspective since Florida is so flat. And a zip line is another example of an activity to do that.
And mine was the river or the streams, bringing the fresh water close to the ocean, so we are focusing more into the river inside the site, and then have different types of things like lazy river, rapids, and all the activities around the river. Also the vegetation and fauna from Lakewood and what will be around the city, like an aviary. And that we can see, this is actually examples for around the world, like the main pictures in Mexico, but we can use our vegetation and we can use the coral, the palm trees, our mangroves, which is really common in Lakewood, and we can create actually this environment.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, this is what my disguises in Biome as a theme, because I feel like we, as human kind of have a general attraction to fountains and water features, and this is pretty much nature's own water feature. And so, and you know, I did a little research. There's a couple different types of geysers. There's obviously one that's hot, water gets heated by Earth core. Shoots up. There's also some cold ones, which is more like springs, but those ones are not from heat, and that's from CO2. So when I was researching this, I saw there was a good variety of the different types, so I figured it gives me enough, gives me a palette to put the different types around the site to get people to see different ones and not be bored of seeing the same thing. And yeah, so that was the whole idea of what I was doing by the beach, where I thought it would be cool.
My theme was an oasis. One of the things that many people don't understand is that an oasis isn't limited to the desert. An oasis can be in any tropical climate, and it's just a different and more lush piece of land. Throughout my design, I wanted to take back a lot of the parking space and make it into green space and move it from the beach all the way over to the lagoon.
And that's it.
That's my presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.